Hey guys, welcome back. We're playing Her Story, which is like a murder mystery game where you're just interrogating this one woman trying to find out information. The tapes are from many years ago. You're just trying to review the footage and see what happened to this man, Simon. And so the woman you're interrogating is his wife, Hannah. What we found out last time is that Hannah also sometimes calls herself Eve, so there might be a slight personality split going on there. And I also found one other shot that I tried to investigate before I came on today, hopefully to have some more information, which I didn't get, because of this video right here.
What are you doing talking about you?
So, not at all weird, right? Obviously, as I wrote on the info box right here, I thought that was Morse code from the way she was tapping. I don't know how to read Morse code. I know it's dashes and dots, but to the best of my ability, I looked up the alphabet and got the letters slash numbers SBH5, M5, H5. So I typed that into our little database here, as you can see, and it came up with nothing. I tried a bunch of different variations on it and couldn't figure it out. So if I'm missing something, if you guys could let me know, that would be fantastic, because I don't speak Morse code and I feel like there's something there. Otherwise, she's just tapping very oddly and it's just a red herring. We also heard a lovely song from Hannah that made it sound like she wanted to kill everyone. Where is it on here? There it is. Not letting me drag. Okay. We listened to that song about the wind and rain hollowing out some girl's rib cage. She also had a story about her holding a girl underwater. That was... I can't remember if that was her split personality or not. We'll have to check on that again. Where is it? Symmetrical names. We need to look up symmetrical, Sarah, and Ava. Something about a plumber. There it is. Let's watch this one again, see if we can mine anything.
Yes. We'd fight. We fought on the beach once and I held Eve's head underwater.
Remember, from what we can tell, Eve is her, like, split personality. I don't remember Eve being a separate person, because at one point she said, "My mom used to call me Eve." And then in that Morse code one, she puts her head down and says, "Why are you talking about Eve?" So it's apparently a sore spot. Still trying to figure things out. That's kind of what it sounds like right now.
His head underwater.
Crazy person.
There was no one else around. It was at the far end of the beach. And I held her head under and I kept it out.
Not something you do to a friend.
And for a moment, I just wanted to kill her and watch her drown. But that was it. It was just a moment. We made up after. It was a love-hate relationship.
Okay. Let's see if we can find where she first talks about Eve. This is just about Simon. Yeah, the original story. Talked about Simon. He left Friday, didn't come home Saturday. They had some kind of fight over a mirror. I tried Peter, Susan, and Helen all in the search box. People just talked about at The Rock, which was apparently a place they frequented. Nothing came up, except for Helen. She was jealous of Helen, and she had blonde hair. I think that's important, because blonde hair keeps coming up. I feel like a conspiracy theorist playing this, guys. It's starting to freak me out. I'm seeing little shadows everywhere. I've capitalized, put in all caps, words that I think are important that we can search for later. So we can look for the plumber. There's the Morse code one. Wanting to kill Eve. At some point she talks about Eve for the first time. Cat flap. Here it is. This is where I thought she had a split personality from this one.
Mum and Dad had never had any reason to notice. They were always busy. If Hannah was eating a lot, they didn't mind. She didn't put on any weight.
She's Hannah.
That girl has a healthy appetite. If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing one of her games, and that Eve was our imaginary friend. Once, she was already up and dressed and ready to go to school, and I snuck down for a piss. Mum saw me in my underwear, she went mad. Get dressed this instant! So I ducked into our bedroom, and seconds later, out came Hannah, dressed and ready. Mum was amazed.
So, it's kind of what it sounds like to me. That was her adoptive mother, by the way. And she talked about wanting to hear a fairy tale at the end of this one, I believe.
Well, she wasn't my real mother, but she raised me. Do you want to hear the story? It's a real life fairy tale.
So let's try story and fairy tale. Oh. Alright, that orange jumpsuit one. See what day it's from. June 27th. Trying to remember what order this is in. This is July 3rd. July 1st. I'm just trying to get this right in sequence. June 30th. We need June 27th. This is June 25th, so it's in between the 25th and the 30th. It goes right in the middle of these two. Let's watch this.
Yes, like a story. A beginning, a middle, and an end.
Well, that did nothing. That was 2101. This one was this was right before this. So let's see what preceded the clip we just watched.
It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince, and Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. So she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind, but she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much? Yes, like a story. A beginning, a middle, and an end.
So either her story kind of mirrors Rapunzel's, maybe, or it's just some kind of illusion to throw me off again. I can't tell what they're trying to throw me off with. This is... Alright, 2101, same day, 2101, 41. So this... There's like 20 seconds between... You can't see where I'm pointing. There's like 20 seconds between these two clips.
Well, she has a knife. She's been cooking, I guess. She's been cooking him his favourite meal. She's his wife. And he's asleep and she doesn't want to wake him because he's ill. That's why she's sad.
Can cure him with her
He's
tears.
ill. He might die. It's kind of a sad story, so I'm not sure how it ends.
Let's see, have we already searched for Rapunzel? No, we have not. I might need to look up everything on Rapunzel because I think that's important. She also had a doll of Rapunzel at one point, I believe. Yes. Blonde. Of course blonde, because she hates blondes. Eve was blonde. The split personality. She tried to drown. So was Helen, the girl that she believes her husband was in love with. And down the rabbit hole we go. Holy cow. Okay, let's keep going with Rapunzel. So one we already watched, the beginning of the story, 55, 19. Okay, so these are directly continuous after the Rapunzel story.
Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just reminded me of the books we used to read as children. I read those fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it. Are any of these in colour? Did I pass? Sorry, I messed it up with all that Rapunzel stuff. Do you need me to do that card again?
Okay then. This is on the last day that I have, I believe.
We were obsessed with fairy tales. Not just the pretty ones, but the traditional ones. They were dark and real, bizarre and violent. Felt like life. We had this huge old book that I think Mum must have bought from a library sale. The illustrations had thin tracing paper over them to protect them. They were in colour, shiny plates. At the front of the book was an index of illustrations. We read that more than the actual stories. We'd read aloud the captions and flip between the pictures. There was something intimate about peeling back the tracing paper and dressing the pictures. Rapunzel's hair is cut. The eagle plucks out his heart. The princess pricks her finger.
Alright, it's definitely something to these fairy tales. These clips down here are just the ones we can save for later. This thing is not wanting to drag. Okay, there it goes. What should we search for next? Could just do fairy tale again, maybe. Okay, a lot more about the fairy tale. This is on the same guitar day, so in between these 2 days.
And the Glaziers. I worked there some weekends and Simon had a part-time job there too. That was Eric's generosity.
Eric.
He was always good at helping out other people's children. Simon was quiet, more thoughtful than the other boys. Even then, he had a sense of craftsmanship. Wasn't always rushing stuff. Boys that age are just running around like headless chickens most of the time. You know? Plus, he had that look. He looked like a fairy tale prince from one of my books.
Okay, they were both worked at the Glaziers, which I think is a glass blowing place. I'm not sure. Glazier, Prince, Eric. That was it. I need to look up Eric. Sorry, I keep forgetting to capitalize these. $27.06, $25.44. So there is still a gap between these.
Simon never cheated on me. He was devoted to me, and I was devoted to him. Nothing in life is easy. We were good to each other. Life isn't a fairy tale. You do what you can. Fairy tales. Stories about lost princesses, evil witches, magical mirrors and lost children. So you see, even before I knew the truth, I'd found it in those stories.
What is the truth? I keep wanting to look at up the baby she lost, Ava, and Eric, and all these things, but it keeps giving me new stuff. I gotta keep looking it up. What am I? Truth. That's it. Alright, let's try Eric. A lot more about Eric on the first day. 1918-32. 19... Okay, so this is right after Simon's description.
He was wearing a shirt, a blue turtleneck shirt and jeans. He has a watch. It's a really nice one. That was a gift from his boss, Eric.
Eric is Simon's boss.
He had his coat, a long grey duffel coat, like Paddington Bear. He would have taken that with him. It's not in the house.
Nineteen 24. Okay, Simon left Friday night, does not come home Saturday the 18th. .2024, just 42 seconds. So this is like 2 minutes after that.
Yes, there's a car that we share, a Cavalier, and a van he uses for work. It's owned by Eric, but we look after it. Both of them are there now, parked in the street. I'm not sure about the keys for the van. I can look for you when I get back.
Okay, van keys. She said she's going to look when she gets back. We need to follow up with that. Alright, 1924, 25, 23. So this is about a minute after that one.
Yes, that would be in his wallet. It's a Visa.
Credit
a
card.
silver one. He doesn't like to spend money he doesn't have, so he usually pays with cash, but Eric convinced him to get one.
Keep just getting more questions and no answers. This was on the 18th. This is on the 25th. So this is a week later. See what the time is. 13:35. So before the first one that we've already done a week later.
Eric was like an uncle to him. They were pretty close. They spend a lot of time with each other, especially when they have to go to conferences. Have you met his wife, Diane?
We have a new character in play here.
Diane is really nice. She helps out with the glaziers, organises the Christmas party, that sort of thing. They have 2 kids, really sweet kids. She used to look out for me when I worked there.
The 18th. 2 days after the one she was just talking about.
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste. That time must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
Alright, so is this her alibi? She's in Glasgow? I better get some definitive answers at the end of this game or I'm going to be rather upset. Okay, I'm not going to press enter yet, but we're going to have to look up Glasgow.
Not really. He would go to the pub. He had his drinking buddies there, but no one ever really came back to the house. Sometimes Eric, his boss, and his wife would come over for dinner. That would be us returning the favour. Diana's a really good cook, into her trendy ingredients. And the last time Simon cooked something off MasterChef, he got the recipe off CFAX, and I did my Lloyd Grossman bit, commenting from the sidelines. I had to find fennel from the supermarket. Have you ever eaten fennel?
Just got an achievement called Have You Ever Eaten Fennel? I'm not sure why that's important, but I'm going to check.
Simon and Eric arguing? No, I can't imagine they'd be arguing. They get on so well. Unless it was something to do with work. Maybe Simon was being too much of a perfectionist. But I don't know. You should ask Diane.
Oh, how I wish I could. Let's look up her alibi at Glasgow.
I got in the car and I drove. I just kept driving north. Just kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could. When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. I just had to sleep.
I'm assuming, talking about being mad and driving away, this was right after their fight. Look at the time. It's the 27th, 2056. Alright, so she just changed her. She just pulled it behind her. Okay, I thought that was a ponytail, but no. This is the same day.
Yes. I got to Glasgow, I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car. I woke up because a rubbish truck went past. I got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry, tried calling someone from the payphone, and then headed back. No, I don't think so. Glasgow was deserted that early in the morning.
Probably asking if anyone had seen her there. I'm assuming if they want to double check that alibi.
When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted.
Yes, we know.
The streets were empty. I was driving badly. And I hit a taxi. Not a big crash, just paintwork. The guy was so pissed off because I didn't have a driving license on me. But when I told him I was pregnant, he made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out. It was fine. The hospital must have details when I was looked at. There's a scratch on the car.
Alright, taxi and hospital. I have no idea if this is exciting on the watching end, but this is fascinating to me. Then again, I'm easily amused. Let's check up on this taxi. Nope.
Ask the hospital.
Oh. This is on July the 2nd. Okay, so the day before this one.
I don't see how it's hard. We've established I was in Glasgow when he was killed. You've spoken with the hospital?
Why can't I see the answer? Okay. Let's review the beginning of this.
So, it was Friday evening. We had an argument. He left. On Saturday, he didn't come back. I waited all day. He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on the Saturday afternoon. They had a job. He didn't show. So Eric was ringing on the phone. I checked at the Rock. That's our local. They said they'd seen him on the Friday night, but not since. He still wasn't back this morning. Just isn't like him at all. Still not back by dinner time. It's getting dark again. So I decided to come and see you. His parents haven't heard anything either.
Okay, so they had a fight Friday night. He left, didn't come back Saturday. She went to the police station Saturday night, which was the 18th. I'm trying to figure out when she went to Glasgow. I can't remember if she said that or not.
I got in the car and I drove. And just kept driving north. Just kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could. When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired.
Okay, but why did she leave? This is on the 27th. This is a week after she first came into the police station. Guess we can look up their fight or their argument. Nothing there. Okay.
There's my couple stuff. A stupid argument, nothing specific. No one knows how to push your buttons better than those you're close to. No. I mean, yes, we have arguments, but he never runs off. He always comes back. We make up. It's always that way. Yes. He left after the argument. It was about 8 o'clock.
It left Friday at 8 o'clock. Whoops. So you went to the Rock, but we've already looked at all those. Let's see if Friday turns anything up.
I wasn't in the house all of Friday night. After the argument, after Simon left, I left too. I was upset and I wanted to get away. So I took the car.
Okay, so this was, I think that's when she went to Glasgow. Just want to check the timestamp. So that's at 2056. 2056, 25. $20.56, 25. 2056, 50. Okay, this is directly after the one we just watched.
I got in the car.
And drove to
And I
Glasgow.
drove.
Okay, so I have that timeline according to her events. Her and Eric fought. Eric, that's Simon's boss. Her and Simon fought on Friday. Simon left, went to the Rock. No one saw him after that. She left, drove north to Glasgow, got hit by that taxi, went to the hospital, but they have not contacted the hospital. She did say she had a miscarriage. So, I did not spell carriage correctly. Oh. I don't want to say jackpot when it comes to miscarriage, but jackpot.
I lost the baby. I had a miscarriage at 8 months.
Eesh.
We carried on living at Simon's parents until, well, it was only a few months after. Then my parents died. It was the worst year of my life. A miscarriage and then my parents. Yeah. Well, they'd gone to bed feeling ill, thinking it was flu or something. The neighbour called me, I had to use my key to let them in. We found them dead in their bed. And they'd been there for days. No one had noticed. Just awful. It was so soon after my miscarriage, the worst year of my life. I'd been so happy to get married, and after that it was just like, fuck.
Okay, did anyone else just see that? Her face kind of just popped up on screen. Either I'm going full on conspiracy mode or we're getting close to solving this thing.